Today we're making pot roast on my Traeger grill. So we're gonna head out first, get the grill set up, then we're gonna walk through ingredients, show you how to season that chuck roast, then pot roast time. We went ahead and topped off the pellet hopper with those Ace Reserve Blend pellets. Now we're gonna go ahead and set the temperature to 200 degrees. We're gonna be smoking first at 200 degrees. Now, if you have super smoke, this is a great time to enable the super smoke mode. If you don't, 200 degrees will still work just fine. Ingredients for today's recipe, we're gonna start off with a 3 to 3.5 pound choice chuck roast. That is absolutely beautiful. Carrots, celery, sweet yellow onions, red bliss potatoes, or those red bee potatoes. I have 1 packet of brown gravy mix, 2.5 cups of beef stock, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of thyme, 1 beer, seasoning it up, a little bit of rub-a-dub. While the Traeger's heating up, perfect time to go ahead and get that chuck roast seasoned. So we'll hit it with a little bit of olive oil on this side here. Gonna season it up with some of that rub-a-dub. On this side here, we'll go ahead and pack that on as well. Push that down till we get a nice coating. Then we'll go ahead and flip it over. We're gonna do the same thing to the second side. Now, once we're done, we're gonna go ahead and leave this, let this sit until the Traeger is preheated to 200 degrees. We are preheated to 200 degrees. We'll go ahead and load that chuck roast in. We're gonna go right in the middle. Now, we are gonna cook this for 2 hours, so let's leave it alone. We'll see you back in 2 hours there, little buddy. Okay, here we are right after 2 hours. Look at that beautiful smoke on there. Now we'll head into the kitchen, but before we go, we're going to adjust the Traeger to 325 degrees now. That'll help us with the Dutch oven finish off this pot roast. We've got a large Dutch oven ready, so what we'll go ahead and do now is add that chuck roast in there. We'll go ahead and add our potatoes. We will add our carrots. Go ahead and add our celery. Kind of putting everything around the side if I can, except for the onions. I'll put those right on top. We'll add our rosemary and thyme. We'll add those onions in there. Now, we'll go ahead and add the stock. Oops. And we'll go ahead and add the beer like so. Now, guess what? We're gonna hold off on the gravy mix. We're gonna wait until the end. That's gonna help us thicken this up, make a fantastic gravy. So we'll cover this up, back onto the Traeger. We are all preheated. We'll go ahead and open this up. Now what we'll do is add that Dutch oven in there and let it go. Now, cook time. 3 to 4 hours, depending on the tenderness. I'm not even gonna come back and check this for 3 hours. So, see you then, bud. Here we are right at 3 hours. Let's go ahead, take a look. We'll open that Traeger up. We'll open the pot roast and look at that. Now, time to check this for a little bit of doneness and see just how soft that meat is and if we're ready to add the gravy yet. One of the things I'll do is just using a pair of tongs, I'll kind of lift up on that pot roast and see where we're at. Look at that, nice and tender, literally falls apart. That's it, I think 3 hours was pretty good, right? We'll double check a couple more pieces. Yeah, look at that, we're falling apart good. So what we'll do now is go ahead and sprinkle that gravy, that brown gravy across the top. We're gonna slowly mix this in just to get everything covered up. Like that, get everything incorporated nicely. And then we're gonna let this go now just for about 15 more minutes. Make sure that gravy has a chance to thicken, and then pot roast time in the kitchen. That right there is absolutely the best comfort food dish on earth. About 5 hours and 15 minutes to get this done. I'll tell you what, absolutely amazing. Now, if you're looking for another amazing side dish to go with this, check out our Traeger smoked mashed potatoes. That video coming up next.